Ever wonder how we're able to send texts and calls? Well, on today's episode of Misconception Busters, we'll find out more about electromagnetic waves and how they work. But first, let's go out and find out what misconceptions people have on EM waves.
So how do you think cell phones work?
When they turn it on, when they send messages, it could either be you need load or Wi-Fi, and it depends on whatever they use, if they're prepaid or just a random.
How do you think messages get from one phone to another phone?
When the other person from the other side of this phone is sending a message from, it could either be with Wi-Fi or with their load, which can be in Facebook, Messenger, or the regular iMessage.
So how do you think messages get from one phone to another phone?
I think they use internet.
So guys, how do you think messages get from one phone to another?
I think it's the use of internet.
Oh, what about you?
I'm stupid.
Don't say that. You can guess. What do you think?
Nice try, guys. You didn't get it quite right, though. So now, let's get busted.
Hey! Did you know that electromagnetic waves are all around us? Just in many different forms? Well, EM waves have many different applications, which make technology and communication possible. Today, my team and I will discuss the importance of electromagnetic waves, specifically radio waves, in the field of communication. First, let us discuss electromagnetic waves.
Electromagnetic waves are formed when an electric field couples with a magnetic field. The magnetic and electric fields of an electromagnetic wave are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of the wave. James Clerk Maxwell and Heinrich Hertz are two scientists who studied how electromagnetic waves are formed and how fast they travel.
Scientists have found many types of waves that can be arranged together like notes on a piano keyboard to form a scale. The low notes have a low frequency and a long wavelength. The high notes have a high frequency and a short wavelength. When we say wave, you might think of the wave of the sea. There, it's nice and obvious and what's going on. The surface of the sea is vibrating up and down. This keyboard of frequencies is what we call electromagnetic spectrum, arranging waves from the highest to the lowest frequencies. The wave with the lowest frequency is what we call radio waves.
Radio waves are a type of electromagnetic radiation, as are microwaves, infrared radiation, X-rays, and gamma rays. The best known use of radio waves is for communication. Television, cell phones, and radios all receive radio waves and convert them to mechanical vibrations in the speaker to create sounds that can be heard. Electromagnetic radiation is transmitted in waves or particles at different wavelengths and frequencies. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths but the lowest frequencies.
Radio waves are divided into long wave and medium wave. Long waves are around 1 to 2 kilometers in wavelength, while medium waves are around 100 meters in wavelength, used by BBC Radio 5 and other AM stations. VHF, this stands for very high frequency and has wavelengths of around 2 meters. This is where you find stereo FM radio stations such as BBC Radio 1 and further up the VHF band are civilian aircraft and taxis. UHF, this stands for ultra high frequency and has wavelengths of less than a meter. It's used for police radio communications, television transmissions, and military aircraft radios, although military communications are now mostly digital and encrypted.
Wow! Thanks to the Busters, now we know what EM waves really are. And now we can say, misconceptions busted. That's all for today's episode of Misconception Busters. See you next episode.